stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never me.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
From the gun on 3rd down. Biggs.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Rodgers. Touchdown Raiders. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
But they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Jacobs again.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Biggs. Under pressure, they got him again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he called it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff left, McCaffrey. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
2nd and 10.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Hey, you block over here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Raiders take a 3-touchdown lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Biggs.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they're going to get this up to midfield. First and 10, it's Pierce.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
To throw on 2nd down. Biggs. This one caught by Isabella. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's Isabella open on the right side. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Good work that time to get him to jump. And now here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Biggs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Dancing to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Over here. We are going.
Now Rodgers. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Raiders are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in point.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter, my goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And some room to roam now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 3rd down, Biggs. And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
On play action, Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. That's caught at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams, 62 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now here's a throw that's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Biggs. And the Raiders have got him. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Biggs.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Biggs.
This ball caught by Mechie.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Biggs. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Rodgers going to throw.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he will have the first down as they're in the field goal range now at the 30. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Rodgers now on first down. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Desmond King picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First down, Rodgers. And bringing it in, it's Davis. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Rodgers now on first down. He's got it. Touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Raiders continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They go again with Pierce. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Biggs. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
On 4th down, Biggs. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
26. Box it. Back on.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, take 26. Tally. Don't left, tally. Inside.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They're going to try and throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
From the gun on third down. Biggs. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On fourth down, Biggs, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, now Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent of preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
23 yards, the final tally. Rodgers to throw once more. The quick slant caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Biggs on the move to his left. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Looking to throw on second down. Biggs under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. The Texans on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Biggs. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Over here.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but this is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
There he goes, right side.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Touchdown, Texans!
John Mechie
from 13 yards out.
And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Texans may have recovered. They did recover. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Throwing to start the drive. Biggs.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on third down. Biggs.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. He's got room at the 30.
Touchdown!
John Mechie
with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Texans are able to claw one back.
The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw on 2nd down. Biggs.
Caught left side by Mechie. Finding room at midfield. There he goes again. John Mechie.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Rodgers looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it, taking it right down Broadway. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now down to 20. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Jump out! Hey, black! Right.
Rodgers throwing here. Buying time to his left. Got a man. It's Darren Waller.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Eluding the pressure right. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football back at their own 17. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Biggs, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
They're going across the field. He connects with Mechie. And he is going to have a Texans first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know when this...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Las Vegas,
the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Houston